श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। वागीशाद्यासुमनस सर्वार्थानाम् उपक्रमे यन्नत्वा कृतकृतया स्युतं नमामि गजाननं। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोः भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण द्वैतवासना प्रमुच्यते बोधात्मकाय नमस्तस्मै भगवते श्रीरमणमहर्षये। हृदाकाशे सदाभान्तं शान्तम् आनन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानबाणमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं श्रीसत्यसायिनं ममान्तर्यामिनं। दौर्भिर्युक्ता चतुर्भिस्फटिकमणिमयीमक्षमालां ददानास्तेनैकेन पद्मं सत्यमविचषुकं चापरेण भासाकुन्देन्दुशङ्खस्फटिकमणिनिभा भासमाना समाना सा मे वाग्देवतेयं निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरमारुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं। वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिम्। यः पिबन् सततं रामचरितामृतसागरवत्तपृतस्तं मुनिं वन्दे पराचेत्समकल्मषं। गोष्पदीकृतवारीशं वशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायण महामालारत्नं वन्दे अनिलात्मजमञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कविशमक्षान्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम्। उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धोः सलिलं सलिलं यशोकवन्यं जनकात्मजायाः आदाय तेनैव ददाह लङ्कां नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम्। आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमणीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं। यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। वाल्मीकिगिरिसम्भूता रामसागरगामिनी पुनातिभुवनं पुण्या रामायण महानदी। वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे। वेद प्राचेतसाद आसीद साक्षात् रामायणात्मना। तदुपगतसमाससन्धियोगं सममधुरोपनार्थवाक्यबद्धं रघुवरचरितं मुनिप्रणीतं। दशशिरसश्च वधं निशामयद्वं मानिषादप्रतिष्ठां त्वमगमः शाश्वती समाह यत्करौ च मिथुनादेकमवधीः काममोहितम्। आपदामपार्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। वैदेही सहितं सरुद्रुमतले हैमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितमग्रे वाचयति प्रपञ्चनसुते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परं व्याख्यान्तं भरतादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलं। वामे भूमिसुतापुरश्च हनुमान् पश्चात् सुमित्रासुतः शत्रुघ्नो भरतश्च पार्श्वदलयोः वायुवादुकोणेषु च सुग्रीवश्च विभीषणश्च युवराट् तारासुतो जाम्बवान् मध्ये नीलसरोजकोमलरुचिं रामं भजे श्यामलम्। गुरुवर्ते त्यक्तराज्यो वेचरदनुवनं पद्मपद्भ्यां प्रिया याघा पाणिस्पर्शाक्षमाभ्यां मृजितपदरुजो यो हरीन्द्रानुजाभ्यां वैरूप्या शूर्पणख्या प्रियविरहरुषारोपितभुरुविजृम्भतरस्ताब्धिः बद्धसेतुः कलदवदघ्नः कौशलेन्द्रोऽवदान्नः। ध्येयं सदा परिवमग्नमभीष्टदोगं तीर्थास्पदं शिवविरुञ्चिनुतं शरण्यं भृत्यार्तिकं प्रणतबालभवाब्धिपोतं वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दम्। त्यक्त्वा सुदुस्तज सुरेप्सित राजलक्ष्मी धर्मिष्ठ आर्यवचसा यदगादरण्यं माया मृगं दैतयेप्सितमन्वतावत् वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दम्। जानकीकान्तस्मरणं जय जय राम राम। आञ्जनेय स्वामी की जय। गच्छता मातुलकुलं भरतेन तथा नघ शत्रुघ्नो नित्यशत्रुघ्नो नीतः प्रीतिपुरस्कृतः। अयोध्याकांडम of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. Starts off where Balakandam finishes with Bharata and Shatrughna going to their mother's maternal house, Matula Kulam. They went there and they were looked after by Ashwapati and Yudhajit, and while they were there, they were thinking about Dasharatha. Dasharatha was also thinking about them. Abdinu Cholrar. Although they were very happy that Tatrapi Nivasantau Tau Tarpyamano Cha Kamataha, Bhratarau Smaratam Virau Vriddham Dasharatham Nripam. Even though they were staying there, they were remembering the old king Dasharatha, their father, and in his turn Dasharathopi Rajopi Tau Mahateja Sasmada Proshitau Sutau. He was also thinking about those two. Srila Valmiki says all four of them were very dear to Dasharatha Maharaja. All four sons were equally dear to him. Swasharirad Vinirvritas Chatvara Iva Bahavaha. They were as dear to him as the four limbs are to a person. But Teshamapi Mahateja Ramo Ratikaraf Pituhu. But amongst them also, Teshamapi, but amongst all of them, Mahateja Ramo Ratikaraha Pituhu. Rama was extremely delightful to his father, source of extraordinary delight to the father. Yena Swayam Buriva Bhutanam Babuva Gunavattaraha. Just as Brahma, he was giving delight to everybody. Yedinale Abdiana, there is a reason for it, because he is not ordinary, he is not just another son. Sahi Devairudirnasya Ravanasya Vadartibihi Artito Manushe Loke Jagne Vishnu Sanatanaha. Deva Parishadgan Abhyartitaha Abdin Children. Deva Parishadgalallam, when they prayed to Bhagavan Shriman Narayana to destroy Ravana, Bhagavan took an incarnation as Sri Rama. Abdingaradhanala Sahi Devairudirnasya Ravanasya Vadartibihi Artito. When the Devas all came and prayed to Bhagavan to destroy the arrogant Ravana, Appa Bhagavan Jagne Vishnu Sanatanaha, the eternal Vishnu took an incarnation as Sri Rama Angaradhanala. Although Dasharatha Chakravarti may not realize this, but nevertheless, since the divine is by his side, there is a naturally an extraordinary attraction towards that divinity that is present in the form of Sri Rama. Although Rama is divine, Dasharatha does not know it. Why is he so delightful? Reason. What is the reason? Valmiki takes great delight in describing the reason why Rama was so dear to not just Dasharatha but all the people of Ayodhya also. Sahirupopannascha viryavan anasuyakaha Bhumau anupama sunuhu gunair dasharatopamaha. Rupopannascha, he was endowed with extraordinary charm, beauty. Viryavan, filled with great valor. Anasuyakaha, free from finding faults, free from envy. Asuya, apne or Sanskrit word. This Asuya is translated as jealousy, envy, general. Asuya, envy ne translate pannuvom. But in several places in the Shastrathila, we can find out the real meaning of it by finding out how it is used in several places. Bhagavan in the Gita, for instance, says, this teaching of mine, don't give it to everybody, give it to only those who are anasuyakaha. Those who are free from jealousy, those who do not find fault in artham. Those who do not find fault. Anasuyakaha, those who do not find fault. What does that mean? Why does it then be used for jealousy? The very fact or the very aspect or the very behavior of finding fault with somebody arises only because of jealousy. If you are finding some fault in somebody, you are not able to bear them. So you are looking for some fault in them. You are jealous of them and therefore you are finding fault in them. And that's what if you cannot be bothered about them, you will not be bothered about them. You will not be finding fault with them. He did this, he is like this. We can't even be bothered about them. Either he is so high up, he is sitting in some unreachable height. We will not find fault with them. they are in some, you are sitting at an unreachable height for them, அப்படின்னா you will not find fault with them. Similar இருந்தால் தான் finding fault வரும். That is where we find fault. We are looking out for the mistakes in them, what mistakes they do, to bring them down. அது ஏன் அப்படின்னா அதான் jealousy. அதனால தான் அசூயா அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு ரெண்டு அர்த்தம் உண்டு. Both the meanings are there for the word அசூயா. One, it means that he is jealous, and as a result of the jealousy he finds fault with others. ராமருக்கோ அப்படின்னா அனசூயகஹ, he doesn't find fault with anybody. அவ்வளோ சர்வகுணம், extraordinary gunas are residing in Rama. What kind of gunas அப்படின்னா சொல்றா, சது நித்யம் பிரசாந்தாத்மா மிருது பூர்வம் ச பாஷதே உச்சமானோபி பருஷம் நோத்தரம் பிரதிபத்யதே. ராமனோட குணங்கள் கற்பாரி ராமபிரானே எல்லாரும் மற்றும் கற்பரோன்னு சொன்னதுடைய அர்த்தம் இங்கே வருது. அயோத்தியா காண்டம் is filled with ராமகுணா. பாலகாண்டம் was filled with Rama's prowess, Rama's intelligence எல்லாம். பட் இங்கே அயோத்தியா காண்டம் முழுக்க ராமருடைய குணம் தான். What are the extraordinary virtues, incomparable virtues and attributes that Rama has got? அப்படின்னா சது நித்யம் பிரசாந்தாத்மா, always in a state of shanti, unfailing serenity of mind, prashantatma, never agitated, very calm, very composed. ஏன் அப்படின்னா, why is he calm and composed அப்படின்னா, when are you not calm and composed அப்படின்னா, when something that matters to you is affected, then you lose your peace. For instance, now, in Melbourne, we have a lockdown. Now, when we have a lockdown in Melbourne, if somebody says, oh, it's going to be extended, you may become very agitated. Again, agitated. These fellows can't do properly. Unnecessarily, they're locking us down. The government is at fault. Suppose they announce that in South Australia, there is a lockdown. You will not be agitated. You'll be very calm. You'll be very calm if South Australia goes into lockdown, or if some other country goes into lockdown. If they extend Melbourne's lockdown, you will become all agitated. Yes or no? So why do you lose your shanti? Something is happening somewhere, no, you don't lose your shanti. When something is happening to things that you are associating or giving importance to, then you will lose your shanti. அப்போ நித்தியம் பிரசாந்தாத்மான்னு ஏன் சொல்றான்னா, அப்போ he doesn't give importance to any of these things. அதனால பிரசாந்தமா இருக்கு. You lose your peace only when you give importance to something. See, this is something very, very important for us all to understand. You say, I do not have peace, I don't have shanti. Yen shanti illa. Analyze it. Analyze it. Whether you are able to accomplish it or not is a different story. I am not asking you to overnight conquer all your agitations and become peaceful. At least analyze it. At least find out the moola karanam, the reason for it. Then maybe you can tackle it later on. Enna karanam? Why am I agitated about something? What am I agitated about? I am not unnecessarily agitated about something that is happening far away from me, which is not related to me. I am, if at all, agitated only when it is directly impacting me. If it is not impacting me, I am not agitated. Leah, this is first. Now, there is a ever widening circle of things that impact people, and that is different to different people. There are some people who get agitated for everything. How can Scott Morrison say this? What kind of a fellow is Scott Morrison? How dare he say it? You are interested in too many things. Your circle is, you've created a big radius around you. And that radius goes all the way to Canberra. That radius goes all the way to Washington DC. எங்கேயோ போறது, அங்க யாராவது தொட்டுடானே இங்க நீங்க agitated ஆற. That is all. There are some people that next door neighbor does something also, they are not bothered about it. Ava aatliye something happens also, they are not bothered about it. They have a bottom line. Everybody has a bottom line. As long as that bottom line is not touched, you are not affected. Depends on where you draw that line. Nee vaadu shutti ulagam muzhukka prapancham muzhukka line pottu. You draw the line over everywhere in the whole universe, and somewhere there is somebody sneezing. How is he sneezing there? That is why they say Vairagyam is necessary for Shanti. Tyagar Shanti Anantaram, அப்படின்னு பகவான் சொல்றான் கீதையில. பகவான் says in Gita, if you want Shanti, you should have Tyaga. If you want peace, you should have renunciation. What should you renounce? Anything that disturbs your peace, you should renounce. Very simple. Very, very simple. Tyagat Shanti Anantaram. From Tyaga, you get eternal peace. What should you give up? Tyaga na giving up. What should you give up? Anything that disturbs your peace, you give it up. யாராவது பற்றி பேசினா சாந்தி போயிடுத்து, அவளை போய் பேசாதே. If talking about somebody is going to rob you of your peace, don't talk about them, don't think about them. Only you have to discover and decide what is it that is affecting you, and then pull that line away from that. அப்படியே கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா you reduce that circle. Don't spread it out so much like a spider that sits in the center and has got a huge web, and the very if somebody sits on the edge of the web, the vibrations come and the spider அப்படினு பார்க்குற spider. Don't be like that. You create a very small circle around you. Matters of interest அப்படினா என்ன, what should interest you அப்படினா அச்சுத பதாம்புஜ யுக்ம ருக்ம அப்படினா. For example, Bhagavad Ramanujan example எடுத்துட்டோமானால், what was it that was important to him அப்படினா Bhagavan's 2 lotus feet were important to him. Apart from that, everything else was not important to him. ரமண பகவான் எடுத்துட்டோம்னா வெளியே என்ன இருக்கு, போய் எல்லாம் உள்ள இருக்கு அப்படின்னு. வாட் இஸ் அவுட் சைட், எவ்ரிதிங் இஸ் இன்சைட். எல்லாத்தையும் கட் பண்ணிட்டு ஒண்ணுமே இல்லை, பார்க்கிற நான் அப்படின்னு உட்காந்து. அப்ப என்ன, சாந்தியோ சாந்தி, இன்னி வரைக்கும் சாந்தி இல்லையா? தட் சாந்தி நெவர் வெண்ட். Bhagavan, why did Bhagavan attain so much shanti அப்படின்னா, Bhagavan said, I am not bothered about anything other than myself. The seer, myself na body தேகம் இல்ல, the seer, the subject. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்னா, the circle has become so tightly wound only around the atma. அதனால nothing around can affect that shanti. எல்லாரும் சொல்லுவா, Bhagavan sat through 2 wars, so many epidemics. Do you know that there was the plague that came on to Tiruvannamalai? People were dying, dropping dead like that, like flies. The town was evacuated. Tiruvannamalai town was evacuated. ஒன்றும் கண்டுக்கல, பகவான் பாட்டு பேசாம இருக்கு. Bhagavan sat through all of that. அங்கே லாக்டவுன், எவாக்குவேஷன் நடந்தது. நமக்கு லாக்டவுன் தான் நடக்கிறது. அட்லீஸ்ட் only lockdown is happening. Imagine evacuation. Town was shut down, town was quarantined, people were evacuated. And Bhagavan sat through all of that, calm. 2 world wars were fought, Bhagavan was quiet. The entire Indian struggle for independence happened, Bhagavan was quiet. Everybody else is jumping up and down. ஆசிரமத்துக்குள்ள எல்லாரும் ஓடி வரா. இந்த டாக்ஸ் வித் ரமண மகர்ஷியில் இருக்கும். In talks or day by day with Bhagavan, one of those things you will find, perhaps day by day. That was the more towards the final years of independence. 2 people come rushing in and saying, Gandhiji has been arrested, he has been taken to Irrawaddy prison. Katara. Bhagavan quiet. Bhagavan is sitting quietly. Everybody is getting so agitated. Bhagavan is very quiet. They used to say Bhagavan would read the newspaper end to end, it seems. Bhagavan would read the newspaper end to end, back to back, எல்லாம் படிச்சுட்டு, ஆனால் he will not comment about anything in that paper. பெரிய ஒரு செல்ஃப் கண்ட்ரோல் அது. I sometimes envy in a way Bhagavan, because if I read some news in the phone, I have to immediately tell people in the house, hey, this has happened, so today 4 cases it seems, today 2 cases it seems, maybe lockdown is extended. Bhagavan எல்லாத்தையும் அது பெரிய ஒரு மலையை முழுங்கி, அது மலை முழுங்கின்னு சொல்லுவா இல்லையா, பெரிய மலையை முழுங்கிட்டு பேசாம இருக்கானேன்னா, he can swallow the mountain and keep quiet. Hell, Bhagavan will read all the news, எல்லாம் படிச்சு fold it and keep it quiet, and then sit down. There was no temptation, there was no urge, there was nothing to open his mouth and say something about it. Now, how will Shanti not bothered about it? Not bothered about it. The less things you have to bother about, the more peaceful you will be. If you take and put everything on top of your head, every single happening in everywhere in the world, if you take it and put it on top of your head as though you are in charge of the whole, works, you will be miserable always. எப்ப பாரு உனக்கு அசாந்தி இருக்கும். என்ன சத்தம்? You will always be miserable. There will be no end to your misery. அதனால பகவான் எப்படி இருக்கான், ராமர் எப்படி இருக்கான்னா, நியதம் பிரசாந்தாத்மா, நித்தியம் பிரசாந்தாத்மா அப்படின்னா, நித்தியம் பிரசாந்தமா இருக்கானா. Not bothered about all of these things, உள்ளுக்குள்ளேயே செல்ஃப் அப்படியே ரவிச்சுண்டு, in the self only. He is interested and involved only in the self, not in anything else. சது நித்யம் பிரசாந்தாத்மா மிருது பூர்வம் ச பாஷதே. மிருது பூர்வம் ச பாஷதே அப்படின்னா, மிருது பூர்வம் அப்படின்னா ரொம்ப ரெண்டு அர்த்தம் இருக்கு. மிருது பாஷதே, பூர்வ பாஷதே. மிருது பூர்வம் பாஷதேன்னு சொல்லலாம். ஆனா சாங்கிறதுனால ரெண்டு இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். மிருது பூர்வம் அப்படின்னா filled with sweetness, filled with gentleness, he speaks gently. பூர்வ பாஷதே அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம் அப்படின்னா he speaks even before you speak to him. மிருது அப்படின்னா gentle, soft, sweet words. பூர்வ பாஷதே அப்படின்னா பூர்வ பாஷி. Rama is known to be a பூர்வ பாஷி. பூர்வ பாஷி அப்படின்னா he will speak to you before you can speak. Before you can ask him how are you, he will ask you how are you. அதுக்கு பூர்வ பாஷைன்னு பேர். யாரோ ஒருத்தர் கேட்கணும் இல்லையா, when two people meet, somebody has to ask குஷலம்பா, is everything all right, நன்னா சௌக்கியமா, அப்படி யாராவது கேட்கணும் இல்லையா, somebody has to start that conversation. Who is the one who will always take the lead? Rama will always take the lead. Does not matter whether they are older than him, younger than him, எல்லாருமே அவன் முதல்ல போய்ட்டு. மிருது பூர்வம் ச பாஷதே உச்சமானோபி பருஷம். உச்சமானோபி பருஷம். And even though somebody, பருஷம் அப்படின்னா harsh words, even if somebody accosts him, says harsh words to him அப்படின்னா ந உத்தரம் பிரதிபத்தியதே, he will not reply to them. யாருக்கா கோவம் வந்துடுது, somebody is angry and they are yelling. they are yelling at Rama. ராமரை பார்த்து யாராவது ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுவானா சொல்லு பாருங்க. Imagine who will yell at Rama. Unimaginable that somebody will yell at Rama because one position, crown prince, the other heir apparent. Even otherwise, even if you discard everything else, he is supposed to be the next in line for the royal throne. Otherwise, everybody will be a bit careful. If I do something to him today, tomorrow after he becomes the king, I will definitely be in trouble. So highly doubtful that anybody would have said any Paurusham words. And Valmiki says, in case hypothetically extrapolates and says, if somebody should say something to him, eppadi behave பண்ணுவார் அப்படின்னா na uttaram pratipadyate, he will not reply to them, he will not speak at all. Peshamuttu. Somebody is yelling, he keeps quiet. Yeah, when somebody is yelling, why do you keep quiet? He is yelling because of his own problem. Why should I unnecessarily talk to him? See, sometimes this is also another thing that we have got to learn from Rama. When somebody is angry with us, because of our ego, we think it is because of us. We don't even consider the fact that maybe their BP has gone up. They ate too much salt today, they forgot their BP tablet. We think, no matter what did I do? Immediately we defend, we argue, we do all those kind of things. But really, if they are angry, it is their problem. We have to keep quiet only. Somebody is yelling at you now, once after his BP goes down, he'll become all right. But we think it is us. And adume oru ahankaram da. Because we think everything revolves around us, I am responsible appdi nenikiradnaal da varum. இதுக்கு என்ன வேணும்னா, see, all these things I'm going to tell a lot more things. I'm going to tell a lot more of these things, and as we listen to it, we will all appreciate it, and we will all think wonderful it will be if we also can practice all of these things. Ana we will inevitably forget it. We will automatically forget all of these things and we will behave as usual. This needs to be, you've got to be very vigilant, you've got to be very alert, and you've got to be conscious of the self. Otherwise, you cannot demonstrate all these characteristics. These are not behavioral patterns. I will tell you right in the beginning itself, these are not behavioral trends or behavioral patterns that you can somehow inculcate, somehow cultivate, somehow demonstrate. All of this has got a basis, a fundamental shift within, as a result of which all of these things fall in place. Individually, if you also say, okay, I am going to talk to everybody before they can talk to me, how are you, that won't work. Purva Bashi, no, I will go and address them before. And somebody saying, and I will keep quiet. You will forget to keep quiet. You will immediately also yell back. So if you are going to look at it only from a behavioral point of view, you will fail. Lot of people have tried to, I will have to give up my anger. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. They would have given up their anger about 1,000 times by now. They will keep giving it up and keep giving it up. Fundamentally, nothing has changed. Externally, behavior wise, you cannot accomplish these things. Fundamental shift within has to happen. The realization of the truth of who you are has to happen. Apra everything flows automatically. Prema apra it flows automatically. Until then, you cannot even have selfless prema towards anybody. Uchyamanopi parusham nottaram pratipadyate. Even if somebody loudly yells at him, says harsh words at him, he will keep quiet. Katanchid upakarena kritenaikena tushyati nasmaratyapakaranam shatamapyatmavattaya. Katanchid upakarena. Katanchid upakarena. Katanchid அப்படினா somehow. Katanchid somehow. Upakarena, if somebody does a favor to him. Somehow if somebody does a favor to him. Yes, somehow nobody can do a favor to him. Nobody can do a favor to him. Why is that? Why is that nobody can do a favor to him? Because he doesn't need anything. If you need something, then somebody can do a favor to you. Can you please do me a favor? If you are self-satisfied, you do not need anything, nobody can do any favors to you. But somehow, in spite of it, they manage to do you a favor. Katanchid upakarena. Aditha katanchid upakarena. He doesn't need anything. Analum you do a favor to him. Rama does not need anything. Everybody said, oh, Rama doesn't need anything, let us mind our own business. Nobody went away like that. Everybody was only interested in Rama Seva. How to serve Rama, how to do Rama Kainkaryam, in what way can I be of service to Rama. Everybody around Rama were only always fighting with each other to be of some service to him or the other, despite the fact that he did not need any service. Another Katanchit abdina. Katanchit abdingaradanaala, because even though he doesn't require it, still because they are trying to find out means and ways by which they can be of service to him. Katanchit upakarena, when they were of service to him in that manner. What did Rama do? I didn't ask. Who asked you to do? Why should I be obliged to you? Go away. He is not like that. Kritenaikena tushyati. And the smallest favor or smallest service that was rendered to him also, he was tushyati, he was satisfied by it. Whatever little bit they did also, he was tushyati. He was somehow, even a single thing. Ekena. Kritena ekena tushyati. ஒன்று பண்ணா கூட போருமா, இப்படி பண்ணி எனக்கு நல்லது பண்ணியே, you help me so much, you help me so much அப்படின்னு பகவான் keep saying it seems. But அதுக்கே oppositeல apakaranam, if somebody did apakara to him, if somebody did an offense against him, எவ்வளவு ஒண்ணான்னா இல்ல சதமபி, even if they did hundreds of offenses against him, nasmarati, he will not remember it. Nasmarati, he will not remember it. Even 100 offenses against him, he will not remember. One favor done to him, he will keep remembering and keep recollecting that and praising that. Yen Atmavattaya. That's the reason children Atmavattaya. Yen present, he is established in the Atma. Because he is established in the Atma, because he is restrained himself in the Atma, even if 100 offenses were done to him, he will forget it, he will forgive it, he will forget it also. This is not something that empty words that Valmiki is putting here in the beginning of Ayodhya Kandam, right at the end towards Yuddha Kandathila. In Yuddha Kandam we will find Rama saying, even if Ravana should come now, I will accept him. I will forgive all his offenses and I will accept him. I will forget it. Why remember all that? Why? When somebody changes, why remember the past? Yes, he may have done in the past, but the moment he repented, the moment he changed, we cannot bring up the past. The past is validity. That day you did, that day is gone. Today there is nothing. Yeah, today you cannot bring that day today. Adhanala nasmaratyapakaranam shatamapya atmavattaya Sheela vriddhair jnana vriddhair vayo vriddhaischa sajjanaihi katayan astavai nityam astra yogya antareshvapi. Valmiki very cleverly puts in two things in one here. Nityam astrayogyantareshu api. Abdina astrayogyantareshu. அஸ்திர யோகா அப்படின்னா பிராக்டிசிங் ஹிஸ் வெப்பன்ஸ், வேரியஸ் அஸ்திராஸ். அதில் அந்தரேஷு, இந்த இன்டர்வல்ஸ் பிட்வீன், அதில் அப்பப்போ இன்டர்வல் வரும் இல்லையா, அந்த இன்டர்வல் எல்லாம் whenever he has a little bit of a gap, அது படினா என்ன அர்த்தம் அப்படின்னா what does it mean? He was always practicing னு அர்த்தம். Constantly he was practicing his dharma, his arts. என்னது அப்படின்னா he has to fight. He is a warrior. He has learnt a lot of astra shastras and all of them are going to come in handy later on. And that he is not letting anything rust on. He is constantly practicing. அதுல in between gaps will be there. When you are practicing, you have to take a bit of rest. And when he takes the rest, what does he do அப்படின்னா ஷீல விருத்தைர் ஞான விருத்தைர் வயோ விருத்தைஷ்ச சஜ்ஜனைஹி கதயன் கதயன்னு ஆஸ்தே அப்படிங்கிறா. whenever he has a little bit of a gap, he will go and spend time with elders. ஷீல விருத்தைஹி, elders அப்படின்னா விருத்தைஹி அப்படின்னா those who are elderly ன்னு அர்த்தம். elderlyனா வெறும் வயசு மாத்திரம் இல்லையாம். ஷீல விருத்தைஹி அப்படின்னா those who are very rich in ஷீலம், character. ஞான விருத்தைஹி, those who are very rich in ஞானா. வயோ விருத்தைஹி, those who are elderly in age. வயோ விருத்தைங்கிறது எல்டர்லின்னு அர்த்தம். விருத்தா அப்படின்னா ஜென்ரலா விருத்தா அப்படின்னா ஓல்டு மேன் அர்த்தம். ஆனா ஏன் விருத்தா அப்படின்னா அவன் வர்த்தத்தி ஆயிருக்கு அவங்ககிட்ட. விருத்தா அப்படிங்கிற ரூட் எப்படி வருது அப்படின்னா அக்யூமுலேஷன் அர்த்தம். வாட் இஸ் அக்யூமுலேட்டட்? ஏஜ் இஸ் அக்யூமுலேட்டட், இயர்ஸ் ஆர் அக்யூமுலேட்டட், he becomes an elderly person. விருத்தா, வயோ விருத்தா. அதுக்கு என்ன வயோ விருத்தா அப்படின்னா one who has accumulated age. But that is not the only விருத்தாவாம். ஷீல விருத்தா அப்படின்னா one who has accumulated character. ஞான விருத்தா, one who has accumulated ஞானா. சஜ்ஜனைஹி, all good people. அப்பேற்பட்ட good people, he will go and spend time whenever he has a bit of a gap in between his daily duties and practice and so on. What will he do? He will go to satsangam. He will go and sit with in satsang. ரிஷிகள் தான் யாரு வாழலாம்? ஷீல விருத்தை, ஞான விருத்தை, வயோ விருத்தை. யாரு? நவசிஷ்டர், வாமதேவர், ஜாபாலியத, காஷ்யபகா, காத்யாயனோ, மார்க்கண்டேயா அப்படின்னு all of those Maharishis who are there in Dasharatha Maharaja's court, he will go and spend time with them. Satsangathil iruppan. Buddhiman madurabhashi purvabhashi priyambadaha viryavan nacha viryena maghata svena vismitaha. Buddhiman, puriya namakku meaning. Buddhiman, very wise, very intelligent. Rama was very wise and intelligent. Madhurabhashi, sweet spoken. யாருக்கிட்டுமே கோபம் பேச மாட்டானா. he will speak to everybody very using sweet words, loving words. Sweet words னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? sugar, honey அப்படிங்க words ஆ? sweet words னா loving words னா sweet words. Words can be anything. When the words are spoken with love, they are all sweet, they are always sweet. Madhurabhashi அப்படின்னா sweet spoken. பூர்வபாஷி, ஏற்கனவே சொல்லிட்டோம். பூர்வபாஷி அப்படின்னா he speaks first. He will speak to them before they will speak. நமக்கெல்லாம் we are a bit hesitant. What if I say hi to them? What if they don't say hi to me? அதனால better I keep quiet until they say hi, then I will say hi. ஈகோ தான், வேற ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. வெறும் ஈகோ தான். Someday you may smile at somebody, they will totally ignore you. அப்போ உடனே நமக்கு முன்னு போயிடும். We'll become upset. இல்லையா? I smile, they didn't even smile. அப்புறம் ரொம்ப embarrassment போயிடும். We'll become very embarrassed. I smile, we look around to see whether anybody else has seen us smile and not receive a smile back. அது வேற. We will look around to see, hopefully nobody caught me smiling at that person and not receiving a smile back. Yeah. ஏன்னா ஈகோ தானே, அகங்காரம் தானே. நான் எதிரவே அந்த ஸ்டோரி சொல்லியிருக்கேன். many times I've told you the story of how when Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar of Tiruvannamalai, when he was going in a car and a group of Westerners were walking outside, he looked at them and gave a big smile to them. They did not even look at him. They ignored him completely and walked along. And Devaki Mata was sitting by his side, could not bear it and said, Bhagavan, why did you smile at them when they did not even look at you, acknowledge you? Why do you smile at those people? Why do you smile at those strangers? They did not even acknowledge you. But then Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar said, Devaki, what do I know? Whatever the father makes me do, I do. Then after some time, as the car was going, he said, and who are strangers? Where are there any strangers? There are no strangers. There are no strangers. எல்லாம் நம்ம வாழ் தான். Everybody is our people தான். பூர்வபாஷி, அதாவது பகவான் will go and speak first. பூர்வபாஷி, he will go and speak to them first. என்ன முடியும்? மேக்ஸிமம் என்ன போகிறது? பேச போகிறா இல்லைன்னா பேசாமல் இருக்க போகிறா, அவ்வளோதானே. What do I lose? I have done I have shown my love. If they do not want to reciprocate that love, that is not to do with me, it is to do with them. It has nothing to do with us. See, all the time problem with us ordinary people is we are always thinking everything is to do with us. I smile at somebody and they do not smile back at me. What can I do? They have a problem. Maybe some muscles are not working for them in their face. They cannot smile. What can I do about it? Why should I stop smiling just because they are not smiling? My muscles are working. My facial muscles are working. So why should I not smile? So there is no need for us to unnecessarily be motivated by how other people are behaving. Isn't it not very sad? Everybody says we are free, but in reality you do not want to be free because you want to be dictated by other people's behaviors. If they smile, then I will smile. Yeah, you smile whether they smile or not. You say hi even if they do not say hi. What is the big deal? What do we lose? Buddhiman Madhurabashi Purvabashi Priyam Vadaha. Madhurabashi Madhurabashi sweet spoken, Priyam Vadaha loving words. Priyam Vadaha, speak with love. Priyathoda Peshwan. Edo Venda Varpa Peshamata. How are you? Yeah, I'm fine. Abdilla. Edo patient me Kadane, I've got to speak to them. How are you? Abdilla. But with love, Premayoda. How are you? Very easy. How much does it take to inject a little bit of love into your words? It is one of the easiest things possible. Especially if you are overflowing with love, it sort of goes automatically into your words because it doesn't know where can it be contained. It simply flows through in your words, in your gestures, in your looking at people also. Many times I have said to this. Even when you look at a person, let your eyes be brimming with love when you look at them. It doesn't cost us anything at all. It is the most natural thing to do. Bhagavan eppadi irukana? Madhura Buddhiman Madhurabashi Purvabashi Priyam Vadaha. Preeti Purvakama. With a lot of love in his voice. Viryavan, mighty valor. Valor, there is no need to question about it. Ana Viryavan Nacha Virye Namahata Svena Vismita. Ana, although he is filled with extraordinary prowess, extraordinary might, he is not proud about it. Svena Viryena Navismitahanna. He is about his own great strength. There is nothing here that he is proud about. He is not proud about it. He is not Vismitahangarthukku enna artham? He is not surprised about it. Literal meaning about it, he is not surprised about it. I am so strong. Abdi. Navismitaha, he is not surprised about it. I know I am strong. What is there in that? If suddenly you discover you can sing, you will want to tell everybody that you can sing. If suddenly suppose you sing, you can never stick to Shruti. One day somehow 4-line bhajan only, but you managed without going out from the Shruti, all 4 lines you sing with Shruti now. I sang with Shruti. You will feel so excited about it. Surprising to you. You will want to go and tell everybody. And you naturally you sing with Shruti now 4-line bhajan. If you sing, will you go and tell everybody I sang the bhajan today? Shalama tell ya. You know you sing well, it is no big deal. And the Rama, he knows he is valorous. He knows he is filled with valor. He is so confident about it that he does not have to go and boast about it. When you boast, another human psychology, a psychological insight into how my people's minds work. When do you boast about something? When you yourself can't believe that you are good at it, only you will go boast about it. One again, you yourself are not convinced. Really? If it is obvious to you, if you are naturally good at it, you will not even feel like boasting. You will not give it that much value. You will say, it's quite common. It is no big deal, you will not boast about it. So what will you boast about? Something that is so rare. Something that is such a surprising occurrence even to you is when you will go and boast about it. So if you ever find yourself boasting about it, that means you yourself are not convinced that you did it. So really when you are boasting, you are trying to convince yourself that you are doing it, not so much the others. Anna, when you are confident இந்த வார்த்தைக்கு என்ன அர்த்தம்? வீரியவான் நச்ச வீரியேன மகதா ஸ்வேன விஸ்மிதா அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு the meaning of it is Rama was supremely confident. Self confidence was there in him. Therefore he did not feel like talking about it, boasting about it. என்ன போ விஷாம நச்சா மிருதகதோ வித்வான் விருத்தானாம் பிரதிபூஜகः அனுரக்த பிரஜாபிஷ்ச பிரஜாஷ்சாப்ய அனுரஞ்சதே நச்ச அனிருத்தகதையோ. அனிருத்தம் அப்படின்னா falsehood. ந அனிருத்தகதையா, he never spoke falsehood. He never said a lie. Rama never said a lie. Another ஒரு quality. Again, don't tell a lie அப்படின்னா, let us look at why do we tell a lie? தெரிஞ்சா we will know how to not tell lies. Why do we tell a lie? எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரே காரணம் தான்ப்பா. For everything there is only one reason. என்னதுன்னா ego தான் காரணம். Whether it is jealousy, whether it is dishonesty, for everything there is only one reason. என்ன ego? Why do you lie? Either you want to project yourself as more than you are, so you lie, or you want to project yourself different to what you are so that others may get a good impression about you, so you lie, or you want to escape, so you lie. You are afraid of consequences, therefore you lie. எப்பவுமே நம்ம அனிருத்தம், lies, dishonesty, dishonest behavior or lying behavior only happens when you are either afraid or and therefore you want to escape, or you want to project yourself in a very very flattering or favorable way. That's all. Otherwise there is no need to lie. You are afraid of the consequence or you want to project yourself. If these both are removed from the equation, you will only tell the truth. Yes or no? Tell me. Think about it and tell me. It's either fear or pride that is making you tell a lie. Somebody asks you, what is this? You are afraid that they will think less of you if you say you don't know. அப்போ என்ன சொல்லுவா? You will tell a lie. You will say something as though you know it. You will try to pretend as though you know it. இல்லையா? I don't know. முடிஞ்சு போச்சே. I don't know. சொல்ல ரொம்ப சிம்பிள் இல்லையா? I don't know is a very easy simple thing to say. A lot of people find it very hard to say I don't know, especially Indians. அது எதுவும் தெரியாது. I don't know. It's the racial makeup of our Indians, you know. They cannot say I don't know. இந்தியாலலாம் போய் கேட்டு பாருங்க. You tell them, you know, I know, can be done. ஒன்றும் தெரியாது அதுக்கு, ஒரு மண்ணும் தெரியாது அவனுக்கு. He will not know ABC of it. Yeah, sure, I'll do. ஏன்னா he is afraid of saying I do not know. A very rare, strange thing it is. When you don't know something, to openly admit and say I don't know. You are safe, Leo. Are you not safe? Okay, nobody can question you, nobody can then hold you, nothing they can say. I don't know. தெரியலன்னு சொல்லேன். I don't know. முடிஞ்சு போச்சு. Without having the courage to admit that I don't know, we will tell lies. We will spin a tale as though we know something. We will project ourselves as though we are very good or as though we are very spiritual. Sometimes அது ஒரு spiritual circlesல அது ஒன்று. In circles like ours, no, நம்மள சத்சங்கத்துல தானே இருக்கோம். We are in satsangam இல்லையா? அப்போ we have ஒரு peer pressure, spiritual peer pressure. நமக்குள்ளே ஒரு false assumption that we think everybody else is meditating 3 hours a day. அதனால we say I generally 3.5 hours I meditate. அது கழிச்சு 3.5 seconds கூட இருக்காது. In the end it is not even 3.5 seconds. Again a spiritual peer pressure. I get up in the morning. No, I get up early. ஒரு மண்ணும் early இருக்காது. They will get up late only. But I will get up early. ஏன் சொல்லணும்? Why? ஏன்னா peer pressure. அப்புறம் they will judge me. They will think I am lazy. They will think I am getting up late. அதனால I better project myself. No, I get up early. The very simple things, small things. Ana, Anritam comes into all of these things. In the small little things, so much of falsehood, lies come into us. If you want the truth, you cannot attain the truth by telling lies. God is truth. If you want to attain God, you cannot attain God by lying or pretending or being false. So, இது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். We have got to learn this from Rama. This is very, very important. Truth is very, very important. Rama stood for truth. Nanrita Vidvane. Rama never spoke a false word, never had to speak twice abdimbar Ramar. Ramona Dvibhashate abdimbar. I would not have to say something twice. In if I've said it once, it is said. I don't have to say it again because I will not change my words. Falsehood will not come into him. Nachanrtakato Vidvane Vriddhanam Pratipujakaha. Vriddhanam Pratipujakaha abdina, he was always very respectful of his elders. Always respectful of elders. Abdina enna artham? Abdina again humility. It points to humility. Being respectful of somebody, abdina, when can you do it? No, only when you have humility in you, you can respect other people. Otherwise, you will not respect anybody. Respect everybody when we are humble. Vidwan, abdina vartha channa. Vidwan Vriddhanam Pratipujakaha. Vidwan, he knew the self. He is a knower. Vidwan, abdina learned na artham. What did he learn? He learned himself. He learned himself. He knew himself. And because he knew himself, he was very humble. Vidwan gune vinayam varudhu arthodane. Vidya vinaya sampannan. Vidya vinayam. Humility automatically follows learning. Because he knew, he was also humble. Vriddhanam Pratipujakaha. He was able to respect and worship the elders, revere the elders. Anurakta Prajabhischa. Prajabhihi Anuraktaha. He was loved by all of his subjects. Prajaschap Anuranjate. And he also loved them. He was loved by his people and he loved them too. Sanukrosho Chitakrodo Brahmana Pratipujaka Deenanukampi Dharmagyo Nityam Pragrahavan Suchihi. Sanukroshaha, filled with compassion, filled with empathy, filled with compassion for everybody. Jitakrodaha, having conquered his anger. Again, very important distinction we have got to make. Jitakrodaha na conquered anger na artham. Not without anger. There is a difference between one who has conquered anger and one who is without anger. Who is without anger? Abdina, a useless fellow is without anger. அது உப்பு இல்லை கோவப்படுறதுக்கு உண்டு ஒன்றும் இல்லை சத்து கிடையாது அவங்ககிட்ட தண்டம் அது கோவம் எப்படி கோவப்பட முடியும்? What right does he have to be angry when he is useless? Yeah, you've got to be angry with something, with somebody about something. You must have some stuff in you to be angry. உங்ககிட்டே ஒரு துப்பு கிடையாது. You are useless. How dare you be angry? அதனால they will not have any anger. வழவழா இருப்பா எல்லாத்துக்கும். Without backbone, without any spine, they will be for everything. They will say yes, yes ன்னு இருப்பா. கோவமே வராத வாழ்க்கை. அது நல்லதா அப்படின்னா? Are they very good அப்படின்னா? No, it is not at all good. It's like a eunuch. That is not a very good thing. அது பௌருஷமே இல்லை அவங்ககிட்ட. There is no manliness in him. There is no manliness in him. That is not a matter of great honor or pride. என்ன எப்போ when anger should come, அப்போ கூட anger வரல என்ன பிரயோஜனம்? Where anger should come இல்லையா? இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா all the rishis, everybody curses. Left, right and center they will curse. கோவம் வராம யாருமே இருக்க மாட்டா. மகரிஷிஸ் எல்லாம் நினைச்சு பார்ப்போம். All the great rishi, Vashishta curse. Vishwamitra கேட்கவே வேண்டாம். curse. Durvasa அம்மாடி. Even Narada curse. கோவம் இருக்குன்னா curse தான். அடி அகஸ்தியா எல்லாரும். Any rishi you take, they will become angry. ரிஷிகளுக்கெல்லாம் கோவம் வரும். சுவாமி கேட்கவே வேண்டாம். சுவாமி used to become so angry. Ramakrishna used to become very angry. Ramana Bhagavan would become angry. எல்லாம் கோவம் வரும். நிசர்கதத்த மகாராஜ் டப் 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 மிஷின் கன் மாதிரி ஃபயர் பண்ணுவார். ஞானிஸ் மகாத்மாஸ் அப்படின்னா ஞானிஸ் அண்ட் மகாத்மாஸ் ஆர் நாட் வீக்லிங்ஸ். ஞானிஸ் அண்ட் மகாத்மாஸ் ஆர் நாட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பீப்புள். when they need to be angry, nobody can stand in front of them. அவளுக்கு ஒரு கோவம் வந்துடுது அப்படின்னா if they become angry, the entire world will have to tremble. ஆனா என்ன ஜிதக்ரோதஹா என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ்? ஜிதக்ரோதஹானா they have conquered anger. They have conquered anger. Anger is at their beck and call. Once Swami Vivekananda was traveling somewhere in the train, and he was sitting there with a sannyasi dress and everything, and there was one other man sitting opposite, and he was more of the in I think Sharat and them will understand Kalushuddha. He was like a Kalushuddha. There is a Sinhala word called Kalushuddha. which means he was an Indian man, but he was more Western than even the Englishman. Even Indian da, and I mean, Australians kuda irpa illaya. In Australia also we find, there are a lot of Indians who are more Australian than more Aussified than the Australians themselves. This fellow is going on and on about you sannyasis, you monks, you're all parasites, you're all burden on society. Look at you, you are so well built and young and prime of your youth and life, and unnecessarily you are wandering around like a sannyasi begging. You are all bringing the economy down. All kinds of things he was going on and on about. First, initially, Vivekananda was sitting quietly. This fellow went on, and how long will he go on? He stood up, and he was well built. Vivekananda was quite well built. He said, enough! One more word and I will pick you up and throw you out of this moving train. I will bodily lift you up and throw you out of the moving train. And he had the build to say that also. I will lift you up and I know everybody laugh at you. You should have the material worth to say it also. You should have the substance to say it. He was well built. He could do it. He could certainly put his words to action. Adanala, he said, enough. I will throw you out now. That man became terrified. After some time, he quickly got up from that carriage and went somewhere else and sat down. Vivekananda sat down quietly, back again quietly. For some time, there was only silence in that carriage. Everybody was a bit taken aback with the outburst. And after some time, one of the others were all filled with a lot of respect towards him. They said, Swamiji, if you don't mind, can we ask a question? It is just to clarify our own doubts. And yes, son, what is it? What do you want to ask? He said, you are a sannyasi. And yet you showed so much anger a little while ago. That man deserved it, we are not saying no. But is it appropriate for a sannyasi like you to show so much anger? Vivekananda said, anger is like a dog. Anger is like an Alsatian dog, a pet dog. I keep it chained by my side. But when I need to, I let it out so that it keeps these kind of people away. And once they have gone away, I put it back, I chain it back and keep it under control. So, it is only a pet dog. I am not ruled by it. It is only a pet dog. When I need to, I let it bark at these people and then I chain it back again. So, what is anger? Anger should be a pet for us. Use as Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to tell the story about the snake, no? The sannyasi told the snake to be quiet. He says, but I never told you not to hiss. I told you not to bite, but I didn't say don't hiss. Everybody will grind chilies on our head and go away. Rama discovers it right towards the end when Rama is lying there for 3 days and 3 nights in front of the Samudra, in front of the ocean, thinking the ocean will come and give some way or some solution, and ocean doesn't come. Bring my bow and arrow. How dare this ocean insult me? Just because I am keeping quiet, does everybody think I am a weakling? Today I will show everybody my power. Immediately Samudra Raja himself came and stood there. Where anger is necessary, anger is necessary. Don't go showing it everywhere, then your anger will lose value. See, anger should be used in such a way that where we are angry, then everybody should be stunned and they will, be terrified. If you are always barking, they will say, if you are always angry, dog is barking as usual. They will pay deaf ear to it, they will go away. They are used to it, they become immune to it. They become immune to it. Jitakrodaha அப்படின்னு சொல்லல. சா அனுக்ரோஷோ ஜிதக்ரோதஹா ஜிதக்ரோதஹான் அக்ரோதான்னு சொல்லல. அக்ரோதான்னு சொல்லல. Without any anger at all அப்படின்னு is not been described. On the other hand, he is being described as somebody who has conquered anger, who has anger under his control அப்படின்னு ஜிதக்ரோதா. அப்படி வெச்சுக்கணும் anger. அஜான் சான் ஒருத்தர் இருந்தார். A great Thai Buddhist monk. அஜான் அப்படின்னா ஞானின்னு அர்த்தம். very arhat, a very extraordinarily enlightened person is called Ajahn. Cha was his name. He used to live in Thailand, in the forests, and people used to go to him and sit around him, and many have been enlightened and so on. But one day, he was very, very calm, very quiet, very calm. One day, one of the villagers, who used to go to him, went and asked, he went and said to him, I become very angry, I have a very short temper. But when I look at you, you're so free from anger. You're totally free from anger. How did you get rid of all your anger? Please tell me, I also want to get rid of my anger. Abba Ajahn Chah told him, no, you're mistaken. I have lots of anger inside me. I have lots of anger inside me. But I've never seen you be angry. He said, that is the thing, I've never found an opportunity to be angry. I have lots of anger in me, but I have not found anything worth expressing it so far. If I find something, maybe I will demonstrate it. But so far I have not found anything in life where I should show my anger. Nothing matters. Adanal I didn't show my anger. If something matters, then I will show anger. Again, it goes back to that same big circle that you create around you. What matters to you is what is going to drive your behavior. Whether you are angry or whether you are upset or agitated or irritated or annoyed, everything. Whether you have shanti or not. All of this is decided by how big that circle you have created around you is. The smaller it is, the blissful you are, the blessed you are. If every single thing is going to annoy you, everything is annoying. Some people are like that. He is not spiritual at all. He is very spiritual. They are annoyed by both. They are annoyed that one person is not spiritual. They are annoyed that the person is spiritual. It is raining. They are annoyed when it is raining. It is hot. They are annoyed when it is hot. Be annoyed. You will become a nai only. Annoyed. In Tamil, for a dog we say nai. If you are always annoyed, in a Tamil accent, if you have got to say annoyed, you have to say annoyed. He is always annoyed. He is always like a dog. Dog barks for everything. A cow goes, dog will bark. A man will walk, dog will bark. An elephant will go, dog will bark. King will go, dog will bark. Sannyasi will go, dog will bark. Dog will bark for everything. Anybody goes in the road, dog will bark. When you go for a walk, dog will be somewhere inside, you will be outside, dog will keep shouting. Why is it barking? Oh, you are crossing the house, it seems, so it will bark. Is it not foolish? You are walking outside, you are crossing that house, the dog will bark inside, from the moment it can smell you, till the moment it can stop smelling you, it will keep barking. You are in number 5 is this house where the dog is. From number 3 to number 7, dog will keep barking. From the moment you enter into number 3 house, outside of number 3, to all the way until you cross number 7, dog will keep barking. Dog has that bigger circle, it will keep barking. So like that, what do we also do? We are always annoyed. We are also always annoyed. Somebody is walking outside, we are barking here. What is the point? Jitakrodhan. You should conquer your anger, because otherwise you will be like a dog. The greatest devaluation for each individual comes because of anger only. The more angry you are, the more dog-like you are. The less angry you are, the more God-like you are. The opposite. God and dog, the more calm you are, the more divine you are, the more agitated you become, the more like a dog you become. We have to decide whether we want to be humans or whether we want to be dogs. What can you learn from Ramana? Jitakrodha, not angry at all, never angry. Rarely he will be angry. And in the Ramayana, when you read the Ramayana, the time when Rama becomes angry is something that becomes so much more interesting for you to read. You'll be waiting, when will he show that anger again? அது அப்படி பார்க்குறச்சே சந்தோஷமாக இருக்கும். ஏன்னா தி ஆங்கர் ஆஃப் அ பர்சன், ரைச்சஸ் பர்சன் லைக் ராமா, ஈவன் இஸ் ஆங்கர் இஸ் சம்திங் டிலைட்ஃபுல். You are waiting and watching for it. Unnecessarily always being angry person, oh again he's angry, அப்படி சொல்லி you skip the pages. Yeah. So you lose value. Your words lose value. Your behavior loses value. Your conduct loses value. You lose value if you become angry for everything, for little things. On the other hand, if you are calm, once in a while you burst out, everybody will respect your anger also. Appadhaan Rama was existing. Maybe tomorrow we will continue to see more of these extraordinary gunas of Rama. Ayodhya Kandam starts with all these big listing of Rama's gunas, and the rest of Ramayana will be a demonstration of all of these gunas. One by one, Rama will demonstrate all these gunas. जानकी कांत स्मरणम, जय जय राम राम, आंजनेय स्वामी की जय. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु, लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु, लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम तत्सत्. श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु.